We're here. It's a happy 4th of July time.
It is. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Hello. Thank you for joining.
Sure, it's a nice busy week for people or hopefully relaxing week.
One of the two, it
Yes.
seems like. We were just complaining this morning about how the traffic is not lighter like it should be. We expected it to be holiday light.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Nope. Same hour to get here.
Yep. What's with that? Hello, Arlington, Faye.
Hi,
Des Moines.
Rochelle.
And Bruce. And Cindy. Hello, you guys. Thanks for joining.
Hi.
We weren't sure what the attendance was going to be like today.
Yeah,
as it being a holiday week, if everybody was going to be so crazy trying to get ready for barbecues or vacations or picnics or whatever.
We're having a nice hot Tuesday.
Yeah.
I feel like
Is it hot yet?
it's 72 right now.
Oh gosh, that's really
Yeah,
nice.
but it's supposed to be about a 90 to 100 depending where you are in LA this weekend. So
it's going to be rough. I think it's rough everywhere. I saw kind of the last few days.
Hello. Oh, happy Independence Day week, Kathy.
Gosh, everybody's look how fast they're loading.
I know.
Loading now. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing. Share. We have a super fun giveaway today.
We do.
I'm like super excited about this one. It's going to be a great, you're going to be surprised what we're doing today. Just spot your fabric for your third Shannon quilt. Yay! We have a quilt underneath here. I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be super cool. We're running the screen on the screen. The giveaway. We'll show you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of buried down under here. We're going to have a quick 4th of July goodies to show you, and then we'll get on with what we kind of plan to. I know, me too. Love the flag. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? We keep surprising them every time we come over. We always add more things to the stuff, and so the people that are trying to keep up in the background with what we're doing kind of give us that look like, really, you're adding more stuff, because it looks like we needed more stuff, right?
I think we're bursting at the seams right now, but it is 4th of July week, so we wanted to put out some 4th of July stuff just to
get started.
Yes.
Kind of welcome everybody. So
yes.
Yeah, Boise. I can't wait to show you all this cute stuff either.
There's so many stuff.
We were trying to decide what to do because we didn't know how many people might join or not be here this week. And so we were talking amongst ourselves as to what should we do? What should we maybe not, have people miss out on or something? Yeah. And then we keep getting asked to do more stuffies because everybody's really, really loving the stuffies. And so we thought, well, why don't we just do a whole show of stuffies? Why not? So, because we can.
Because we have so many that live here.
Yeah.
And just are here just as like little toy aisles. So
toy aisle. It's so funny. When I walked in here, I was just so happy. It just made me so happy when I came in. Hi, Michelle. And Pat. Hello.
Hi.
Share.
Yes, share for a really exciting giveaway. It's a little different than normal. So like and share.
Plenty to look at today. So we're going to get ready here in a little bit and get going.
Yes.
So, we haven't got the thumbs up to get started quite yet, but we will get going here in a minute. We're all ready. I can't wait to show you what's underneath all of this too. There's something so fun underneath here that we worked really hard on. Very quick. It was very quick. We needed a quick photo shoot. And so sometimes we have to call in all of our favors all at once between getting it out the door, getting it cut out the door, sewn back here, quilted. I forgot that part.
Yeah.
Shipped back to the photographer, which is standing in front of us right now, to put everything down, get it done, and then we get the ad put together and out the door. And we did it all in about 5 days. So
I think it was very
wizardry,
snappy,
beyond belief.
And the blanket the quilt that turned out is gorgeous.
It's like one of our favorites.
It is. So we love when that happens.
Yeah. Sometimes it all comes together just right. All things stuffy.
Girl. It can be over 100 and my grandchildren will still wrap themselves in cuddle blankets.
Just turn the air down, right?
Yeah.
Is it time to get going? She says yes.
So.
We can get started. Yeah. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us today. I know it's a busy week and maybe tough to get to, to sit down and focus for a few minutes on something other than preparing pies or getting things ready or whatever you do to get ready for 4th of July. But we just started out with a couple things here. So we'll start out with everybody needs to share and and so that you can be eligible to win the goodie prizes that we have down below here. We'll show you in a second. Really cool. But we started out with these fun things, these fun 4th of July that we just couldn't resist showing you. So, of course, we're going to start out with one of our stuffies that was on our shelf to start with. But wow, he's great. Isn't he?
Look how great this one. So this is Bill the Bald Eagle by Funky Friends Factory. One of our favorite pattern people. This is so good.
This is really good. This is, what is the name of this? Fox. Arctic Fox. Thank you. Between the two of us, we got it. And he's got a seal head and then a C3.
And a little seal. Look at that fluff.
Yeah. I mean, it's just perfect.
It's a perfect
combination. And then, of course, from our real eagle to our not so real, not so real. Well, maybe he is. Maybe he is. Our not so real gnome.
Yeah.
Look at his little hands. I just love his little everything here. And this print has been in the line for so long, and it just
one of our first digitals and our first 4th of July digital for sure. And it's still in here.
So Roly Poly Sitting Gnome by Happy Hearts. Happy Hearts does a ton of gnomes. Yes. If you're unfamiliar with her and you're a gnome fan, you need to get on her website because man, she has a bunch of really, really cute stuff. So and then this is one of the things that we did not have in our midst. Was this what is this? What do we call that, Doug?
Like an ottoman?
Yeah, that's a good name for it.
Yeah.
That's a good name for it. But look at how good it is.
I just you see those applique stars on there, which I really love the homemade look of that.
Me too.
And you see the stripes and it's out of glacier and they long arm the whole thing.
The whole thing. But look at even the top. Okay, she's going to pull
it.
Back so you can see the detail in it.
Look at that.
Isn't that great?
So that's just out of C3 navy.
God, you know.
And it's so good. And the whole thing is long-armed. You can tell that glacier and that little bit of pattern in there to make it it looks just extra fluffy.
You know what's kind of cool about this? If you're one of those people that likes to change your house out for seasons, this has got a zipper all the way around the bottom on it. You could seasonally change this thing out and have your own little ottoman that's sitting in the corner or around your family room or something could just be a fun piece that you could just change out for your seasonal choice.
That would be really cute.
I think so too. I think that's a really good idea to put that zipper, besides the fact, how would you get that thing on?
Yeah.
You know, but it's super cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any information on this one. If somebody's interested, and just say so and we'll get it in the comments.
Right.
All right. So this is a kit. And I don't know, a few weeks ago when I showed y'all this kit, Diane, I'm sure you were with me on that one. And we talked about what fun it would be if we started to long arm some of our kits and show them and display them that way, because we just think that it's just a next level up. So is there a panel?
It's a foam insert.
Yes.
Inside.
Yeah. Is there paneling in it? Well, you know what? I don't know. We need to get more information on the ottoman to put on in the feed so that you guys can just have something. So rather than us guess what's gone on here, I feel like it's probably a long skinny quilt basically, and then they seam it together and then put the circle top and bottom on it with a zipper at the edge of it. It can't be that difficult other than getting the zipper in nicely. All right, so we're going to show you this. This is our Home of the Brave kit. So it's a panel. It's a Hoffman panel that we have licensed. And remember this? Do you guys remember this from showing you before? Look how cool it looks machine quilted or long armed.
It looks so it's a swirls and stars design that they chose, and it's so beautiful with this.
It's so great. And they happened to have used, let's turn it over here in a minute. We'll give you a chance to look at it, but it is a kit, Home of the Brave kit. So you should see that on our website now, and then you can go out and find it in the world probably quite easily.
Yes.
Because it's
very popular.
Yeah, very popular, and it's the time of year, and so lots of stores should have it in stock right now. But let's turn it over just to show. I'll take your side, take my side, just so you can see how great the C3 or C390, how great it looks machine quilted. Look at that. That's just long-armed on the back. Isn't that great? I personally want a set of sheets like this, and then a double-faced blanket like it.
Yeah.
So that it just is like all the same cool pattern. Somebody needs to make it for me in ivory because I don't want to do it. But somebody to make it for me. Oh, I just think it's so cool.
When you long arm, do you use batting?
No, not always. They don't. This one,
I don't think this one has it.
I don't think it does either.
Yeah.
If it does, it's the thinnest batting ever.
It's very thin. If it does.
But I don't think so. And I know they frequently make them without any batting in them. You know, I always understand though, batting kind of helps you on some of your first projects. So maybe you can practice around with that. Go to the I Love Cuddle group. You will find dozens of answers to questions like that too. Dozens of questions. I Love Cuddle group. They're the best. All of our CAs are in there. And so they're talking to you as well, but they're just so good at telling you answers to questions like that. You're in the middle of something. You can't figure out what you're doing right, wrong, or indifferent. You just need some words of wisdom. Stop, go talk to the I Love Cuddle group. They'll give you feedback like that.
Yes.
Would I just blast everybody's ears out? Clap. All right. So the first thing underneath here I want to show you is the giveaway today. So our friend Rena at Rustic Horseshoe graciously saw that we were doing this giveaway or this show with all things stuffy. And she said, I really want to give away some patterns today. So we're going to pick 3 winners today that are going to receive her new, I'll get close here, Blissful Bovine pattern. So you will get the copy of it through a PDF. And then we are going to send you, I'll pull this back now. We're going to send you the cut, the 2-yard cut. So it's more than you need for your bovine.
Yes.
But you could probably make a couple, if not a blankie to go with it. What a fun gift that would be.
Oh, that'd be so great.
And then you put the little double-sided, maybe a 36 by 30 blanket. Oh, I think it could be super fun little gift. Yes. Isn't this a fun idea? So 3 of you lucky people will win this today, and we'll get it all off to you. We'll also include the little bit of the gray C3, so you have it for the hooves, so you don't have to try to run out. The pale pink snout.
Yeah.
So
that work.
Yeah. So we want you to be able to have everything inclusive of what you need. Oh my God, isn't he just funny?
He's funny.
You know, and Rena does lots of fun little things like add the little ring in his nose and his, you know, she does a lot of fun things like that. She puts eyelashes on them sometimes too. He could have a bell around his neck. There's all kinds of fun things to do. It depends on how little is the person that you're going to give it to, or if you're just going to keep it around your house for yourself. All right, I'm going to pull this aside. So we're going to get going. Well, should we talk about what's on top of the table first?
Maybe. Since we just went into long arm a little bit.
Yeah, so let's show you this quilt. We were just talking about this beautiful last minute project that we did for a photo shoot. And so we want to show you what the actual quilt looks like because it's amazing. Woo! Look at this.
So this is one of my favorite patterns. This is Maple.
Yes.
By,
don't know. Can't remember. Sorry. But the pattern's called Maypole. I'm sure you will find it.
No, I feel like it starts with an M2, and I
do too. But I feel like I don't want to just blurt out something that's silly wrong. All right. So one of our CAs actually made this. Lisa, thank you for going crazy and doing this for us at the very last minute. So I see teal Vienna. I see raindrop hide.
No. Wait. You see Bayou Sydney.
Oh, that's Bayou Sydney.
That's Bayou Sydney.
Oh, my word.
Yes. Okay. We have Raindrop Hide.
Yes.
We have Pearl Hide.
Yep.
We have Vienna Pecan. And then we have Baby Seal Bayou Black.
Bayou Black, which is the star of this quilt for me. We're going to pull this up close so you can see why the Bayou Black is such a star piece by Susie's
Quilts. Thank you, Sandra.
That's almost an M.
And Laura.
Yeah, it's almost an M. Okay, we're going to get close to you so you can see why. Look at this. So the tealy tone that's on the base of that underneath the black really comes through with
very nice. Very
machine
true
quilting.
Right now. to color what you see on screen.
It's really pretty.
It's beautiful. So far away, it looks like this like ink black, and then up close, you really see that detail of the bayou coming through. That matches that Sydney perfectly.
So, Deborah, what do you mean that you can't find kits? Are you finding the kits that Shannon makes or other kits? If it's Shannon kits, you should be able to just go in and Google Shannon kit and call it by its name. In this case, Home of the Brave, and a whole bunch of stores should show up. And then you just pick your favorite of that. If you're looking for other kinds of kits, of animal kits or stuffy kits, that might take a little more energy to figure out how to find those. Because then it's up to the store to put together what they want to put together. You just had an eagle out our window. Deborah, wow.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
We had a crow out our window here.
I think we had, we have crows, and
we're going to use this as our tabletop. So we're just going to flip it over with the raindrop on top because I love this and I want to look at it.
I love raindrop.
Yeah, so pretty. So pretty. And so now you're seeing raindrop hide that is machine quilted on top. Isn't that pretty? Just that alone is just makes me happy as ever. So, all right, let's get started.
Let's
bring that goose up. Okay.
My goose?
We had not seen this goose until this morning.
I just saw this. I mean,
oh my word.
So this is from Various Patterns, which is the name of the actual pattern company. And it is called, we're going to have this trusty little guide with me because there's so many here. Goose stuffed animals. All right.
So be patient with us today as we
navigate this little like stuffy Bible over here.
Yes. Adriana's going to help us on the other side of the camera and see if she can get them up on the screen before we can find it. But look at this. Look at this thing. Does this just make you happy?
And so we made this out of Encore, which is one of our newer. It's a Vienna based with no embossing on it, and it's one of the softest you'll find from us.
Show them that tail. I mean, I'm telling you. Okay, we can't spend all day on every single one of these.
But
we will be here until like Wednesday. But I just think it is the best.
Yeah. Funny. So it's really made to like lay on your child or you. Like, look at that. Like, imagine if you even stuff it and you can put like a warming thing in there.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'll be really nice. This is just,
I mean,
it's so funny.
I love that. What a fun thing to have in the car too.
Yes.
Like a little one having in the car. Wouldn't that be funny seeing somebody carry that around at Target or something?
Yes.
I just think that's hilarious. Anyway, the smallest things amuse us. All right, Di, let's start it.
All right.
We're going to start with some fruit. How about that?
So fruit all together because, we can count some donuts as fruit.
Yeah. It's a jelly donut. So it's somehow in there it's jelly donut. Oh, a piece of pizza. Do you love that? I love the edge. Some of these things, I've seen before, but you see them with so many other things. So you kind of mentally get lost in all the stuff you're looking at. So when you look at them individually, like look at the energy that somebody thought about to make the crust on the pizza, to make mushrooms on top. I'm sure that's pepperoni and an olive. Come on. Is that just the cutest? If you had a pizza lover in your excuse me, some
pizza
sauce
slice
leaking
by
out.
Felt and Fur, Emma.
Is that
Emma
just the best? So then a strawberry. This is probably my favorite one on the table.
Strawberry is really cute. That's from Melly and Me.
Melly and Me,
we love
which
Melly
of course
and Me.
is my pig too.
It is, and that's a cute fruit cushion strawberry. And I think that's same thing with the watermelon.
It's Melly.
Yes.
Okay, and of course an avocado.
It's Felt and Fur as well by Emma Harrion.
And check this out. They use CD on the back to make the dots on the outside, the bumps on the outside. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? And
I have some brown avocados at my desk right now.
Yeah. So, and then of course the donut phase. We went through the donut phase for quite a while there, and we were making donuts right and left.
Yeah,
so,
and that is from Make Sewing Studio.
Cute as heck. And then I love this thing. I don't know what makes me so happy about this, but it sure does.
It's called Sweetie the Popsicle Pillow by Abby Glassenberg.
Sweetie.
It's so cute.
The bite out of it.
The bite out of it is
I
cute.
just love that. I'm assuming this is a lemon.
It is, and that's also from Felt and Fur.
Look at the little leaves on it.
You kind of make that into a pineapple.
You could make that into a lot of things. Just change the color. You could make it into
other little orange.
Yeah, you can make it into a lime. You can make it all kinds of things. We like it when we do these things. And I don't know what this is.
That's a concha. Dulce. It's designed by Baby Moon. Yeah. It's a sweet kind of Mexican bread that we have for breakfast here. That's delicious.
Every Friday.
I know, that's true. Friday somebody brings it like every Friday. We have one.
All right. Okay, that's our food beverage time. So, woo! Let's on. What are we doing next?
Oh my goodness. What if we go into sea animals? Okay. Make sure everybody's good. If anybody, I don't think we looked at the comments too much. So if you we missed a question, you guys could re-say it.
What kind of stuffing? We typically use a lot of Fairfield Polyfill brand. Mm-hmm. There's a couple levels of that, and I'm not sure which one that we prefer, but Polyfill has been around since the turn of time in our world of in the sewing world, and so that's a trusted brand. It's a trusted quality. When I stuff, I like to pull it out of the bag and I like to pull it apart to make it as fluffy as possible. I am not a hard stuffer. I like things to be squishy and comfortable so that when you squeeze it, you feel like you're getting kind of a hug back and not so hard that it's not fun. And so that's just my preference, but everybody does their own thing. Sometimes you put a little more in the neck. Sometimes we make little bags to put in the bottom of pellets. Polyfill also makes a pellet. Or sorry, Fairfield also makes a pellet. And so we put that in the bottom of things if we want them to set up better. If they've got, I don't see anybody here that's probably got a pellet bottom on them right now. But even something like this, you could put a pellet bottom on.
The gnomes have a pellet
bottom. And usually you put those in a cotton bag on the inside. And then before you stuff or as you're stuffing, you insert the cotton bag. So that way that they don't break apart or they don't come out of seam, or if somebody does tear it open, it's going to be really hard for them to get those little pellets and make a mess out of it. And so I think, don't you think this octopus is one of our favorites?
One of our favorites. It goes so well with our under the sea print.
We've used it in so many photo shoots too. I love how not all the legs are doing the same thing. And I just love it. I love the fact that we use a fabric we don't actually have anymore, but I love the fact that it has a lot of texture in it. So you can just pick a different texture.
I have a new one coming up that looks like it.
Yeah, so. You're right. And so that texture just adds, to make them as fun and as real as we can, even though, like everybody thinks it's real, but it's still fun.
Yeah. So that is, Abby Glassenberg, and that's Olivia the Octopus.
Right, Helen? I'm with you too. All right, here we go.
Woo! Okay, so
this is a new one, I think.
That is a new one. That's Simplicity, actually.
Oh, Simplicity.
Narwhal, yeah.
I don't know why I always get so surprised, but I do every time when it turns out to be a Simplicity.
There's a fun fact with narwhals is how unicorns, the legend kind of became larger than it was, and everybody thought unicorns existed is back in, hundreds and 1,000 years ago, is the Vikings would hunt narwhals and take their horns and take them down south for trading, and they would say it was a unicorn.
Oh my gosh.
Because they never have seen a narwhal before, because they only live in the north.
And isn't that, leave it to Diana to know this fun fact about a narwhal. She's a fan, obviously. And this is a galaxy. And this is why we love our galaxies, is because they have all those tones in them. And so it really creates, I think this is called Pacific. I feel like.
Yes,
I think so. And so, we're kind of guessing on some of these things, but we're not too far off. Anyway, it's a great blue and it works out perfect, but you could see how that could work into any kind of a 4th of July type thing, an Americana quilt, but you could put it into so many other things where it's ocean as well. Yes. All right, better move along. Move along, Julie. Oh, I'm gonna do the whale.
Yeah, so this is Funky Friends Factory, William Whale.
I
love this one. We've had this one for quite a while.
We have, because it's also got the Ziggy on the bottom.
Yeah.
Isn't around anymore, but look, he's even got little humps in him.
I know.
Gosh, look, his little blowholes are in the top there. And oh my gosh, there's just so many cute little details in these things. This is where we use like a C3 underneath there so that it makes it just a little easier in the sewing process, but it also gives a textural difference. So if you have somebody in your life, especially a little one, or maybe somebody older who needs a lot of texture, I think this is a great way to add the texture into their life. If you make every little part a little different fabric, it means a lot of different purchases you have to make in order to get there. But once you have a little bit of stash, then that kind of helps, I think. I think the whale is really cute too. Cindy, here's a shark. He's quite little, but
It's a tiny shark. It's Sammy the shark.
But you know, there's a size difference, and we're working with scale right now.
It's a baby shark.
Yeah. but look at him. Look at those teeth. That thing makes me so darn happy. That's just C3 that they have just cut in the shape and stitched a straight stitch across his little teeth first to make them stay like that.
Yeah.
You could use a straight stitch or a small zig.
Do a zigzag for the seams for stuffed animals.
You know what? If you feel compelled to do that, it's not going to hurt the stuffed animal at all. It adds a little thickness to it, but it's not going to hurt the actual critter. And it just makes you feel better to know that the seams are strong. I know, I'll tell you where I really want you to work kind of hard on is anything that's hand sewn on afterwards. Hand sew it on like it has to go through a war, because that's the pieces that tend to come off. It's like little things like where this little guy is hand sewn. If instead of hand sewing that on, try to stick that under the machine, maybe just to kind of run it over, even if it doesn't look perfect, so that it really stays on there, because kids will carry it, you know, like any old way and not realize that, you know, we've only put a loving stitch in it, not, you know, to
reinforce it.
Right. So, oh my gosh, this is fluffmonger thing.
Yeah, I love fluffmonger.
I'm a fluffmonger fan completely. I love her stuff. She does a lot of organic felt, but we've gotten her started. Look at those little ears. And so she just does some of the cutest little critters, and I just love them. These are some floss, embroidery floss whiskers on it. It would be equally as cute without them if you're worried about having, you know, for a little guy pulling them out or something. But I just think this is a particularly cute one. All right. We're up to frog.
We're up to frog.
Frog. Okay, so this one's stuffed kind of hard. So he doesn't really want to sit up like he should.
Yeah.
He does have some pellets in him. There's a little bit of pellets in him, but I would probably have stuffed him just a little bit less. Another thing you could do also is take and run a doll needle. A doll needle are those really long, like 4 to 6 inch needles. And you could run that through him in a joint place, like right here, and it will kind of force a bend. You could do a couple stitches across there and it might force a little bit of a bend. But honestly, just a little bit of stuffing removal would actually do that too. But the fact that his arms and stuff are a little more stuffed is kind of cute.
Yeah.
On him, where it gives him like an actual
kind of floppy
and just like a web about it. It's just super cool. He's a really good pattern. Who is that pattern? Xanth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Xanth?
Yeah. We don't know how to pronounce that one.
We need to learn. We'll probably learn that one. I know. Days. All right. This one I think is really well done. There's a lot of thought that went into this. Am I calling it a crab?
Lovable Lenny.
Or is he just or is a lobster? Okay. Is that the cutest ever?
K Manor Muser.
There's actual wire in there. Ooh. There's a little lightweight wire in those to make those like that. I probably would stick with the wire if you like the curly, because I don't think you can get that effect to stay. You could probably pull on it and it'll make a little curliness if you don't want the wire in there. Because when you pull on a cross cut piece of C3, it will curl a little bit. That's how we make some hair, which we'll show you later. So love him. Love the way that it's done. It's entirely C3. And I don't feel like he is missing anything by being entirely C3. So was the frog entirely C3. Alrighty? Ready?
Alrighty.
Where am I going to put all these animals?
We'll put them over here. Here, let me put them back, and you can maybe grab.
Oh, there's a box underneath too.
Well, okay. No, I don't want us to look empty.
Well, I don't either. But
by the end,
where's our put her awayer person?
Here, put those
I'll put that down there. Okay. What do we pick next? Shall we pick these guys down here?
Sure.
A rhino coming your way. This one I love.
Oh,
I love what they did with this. I love the fact that they used Luna on this. That gives this a really interesting texture, because a rhino somehow needs a texture on it, and I'm not sure why, but we always pick a kind of interesting texture on them. First of all, I love his little tail. Look at his little tail. It's so kind of an interesting way she did it too. So it's got a very long piece that's tucked into the body, so that it wouldn't be easy to pull out at all. They did do little round patches on the bottom. Lots of the patterns have these type of patches on it, and it makes them stand just a little bit better. So, there's nothing ever wrong with you altering a pattern. If you want it to, maybe you've done enough stuffies that that, if I do this little alteration or I do this alteration, that I can have a better outcome, do that. Nothing stops you. So look at those ears. Isn't that cute? Fold them in. You could always fold your ears however you like your ears folded. You just don't have to follow the rules. You're a seamstress. You get to pick that stuff. Isn't that the best? I think there's another one here.
Here's our other rhino.
Okay, remember when this was such a huge thing?
Such a huge thing. The heads on the nursery. This is,
Look how well done this is.
This is by Rustic Horseshoe.
Look how well done. I mean, Rena just really has a knack for these details in this. And look how good it looks. I'm super impressed with this piece. I've always been super impressed. It looks terrific on the wall. What is C3? C3 is our 3mm pile solid. His little eyes are made, or not eyes, but the eye cap around it, and the inside of his ears, his nostrils, they're all made out of C3. It's a little lighter so that you can work with it in stuffies. C3 is a terrific add for all the details, bellies, underarms, bottom feet, of course, anything on the face itself, ears, all great places for C3. Get yourself a little stash of C3, like some black, some white, some grays, just so that you have maybe some pale pinks. So if you're into making your stuffies, it'll give you a little stash to work with to pull out cute little things. All right. Okay. I don't know what it is about this little elephant that just melts me every time I see it.
So cute. So this is from Zenith. Stuffed elephant.
Somebody needs to educate us on this. So this little guy, I tell you, could you imagine the hero you would be to show up at a shower with a little tiny baby blanket along with this little stuffed animal?
It is one of my favorites. I have such a love of little stubby, fat stuffed animals or normal animals. Okay. I have a corgi, and this one just makes me smile every time. I love it so much.
Every time. Just, and you know what? There isn't that many hardcore details about it. Look, his little trunk isn't even straight, which I adore about him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of stuffed a little bit on the hard side, but I don't even mind in this one. But
makes him stand up really well.
I could unstuff him a little. Yeah. He also has little round bottoms on his feet, little seams around his little feeties. So that could be a different color if you wanted it to be. Maybe like the nursery color, but listen, it just doesn't get any cuter. It just simply doesn't get any cuter.
Cheryl, I do too. Every time I see this one.
I know. So why can't we have this? Why doesn't somebody just make them and give them to us for our birthdays?
So we'll go with my
By the way, I have one coming. All right. So here's Diana's second favorite.
These two and in the pig, I think for me would just make me happy. Keeping that one. This one's a newer one too.
Could you just make like look at this. Could you just make a 9-month-old or a year-old little guy just bust a gut laughing as you talked in elephant talk? I'm not sure what that sounds like, but look at that. I mean, hello. I mean,
he's so sweet.
Oh. This one's very softly stuffed, which I think is perfect for him. He's pink, like a rosewater pink color on him, a pale blue, like our dusty blue. Oh my word. I love this elephant too, Kathy.
Would be super cute.
Raindrop. Oh yeah. I could have a dozen of these just sitting around to look at them all the time. I mean, these are one of the things that once we get super attached to these things,
we really do.
Somehow they make it to our desk and we get to look at them for a long time.
Yeah.
What do we do? You guys, I honestly, are we insane? Yes,
we are. So this is our kind of a tried and true elephant by Funky Friends Factory, Ellie Elephant. We have used this one for years. I think since about 2015.
Yeah.
So almost a decade we've been using. We enlarged this one so big at one point.
Yes, we enlarged it 250%. Yeah. It was probably 30. Now probably not quite that tall.
Yeah,
probably
maybe like a
25
2 feet kind of thing. It was so big and it was so cool. We have it on some of our pictures of our old quilt markets, and we love that thing.
So you can always blow them up, from what they are. I don't know of anybody that says that that's not okay. The designers of them, and I just think that they're just the best, especially if you're struggling or you're new to stuffies. Look at the size of it and see if seems like that's a little bit small. I remember making a Barbie doll fashion dress once upon a time. And I said, yeah, that's the last time I'm making a Barbie anything, because that armhole was just so little. So if you feel the same way about some of the tiny stuffies, I think this is a good thing to just blow up a little bit, to give yourself a little grace, to be able to get in there and not sew your finger to it. So, all right. You want to put some of your little babies back?
They're so cute.
I know, me too. I just think they're just so sweet. Put them over here.
There's some more elephants.
Set up as easily.
I want to do some more.
Oh, just
look at this one.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen these ones.
Look at
this.
Oh, you guys. These
They're
are darling.
So cute.
Darling. I don't think we have a pattern for these two. I feel like I was told that there's no. Here, can you hold that one for a second?
Yeah.
Are these darling?
Oh,
we need to.
I know why.
Do you think we need to find the pattern on this and figure out where this came from? Look how cute those are. Look at his little face. Do you love him? Oh, gosh, I love him. Rena's on here, I think, today too. So say hi, Rena. If you have any questions for her specifically, you could ask her the question. We're happy to let her answer.
So again, this is with the C3 in the ears.
Yep.
As you can see, and it kind of just gives a good contrast.
So this one is rose water, and for some reason it's not really showing up as rose water. It looks a little pearly there.
Heather rose water, and then we have Snowy Owl Natural over here.
Again, baby gifts.
Baby gifts. Baby gifts. So baby cute. Gifts.
Oh gosh, I just love the shape of the little trunk there too. Anyway, and this one doesn't have the little round feeties on them, so they'd be a little easier to sew. And a cute little belly. And what's the tail look like?
Just a little guy.
A little tail. Just a little tail. All right.
Okay. I'll put it back.
All right. We stop baby talking to that.
I know.
All right. What are we going to do next? Let's do some of the. Oh, let's do that. I want to talk about that hair. Okay.
I'm going to bring this one.
So, of course, our favorite unicorn. I think this unicorn is super well done. I think it's another one that was meant to hang on the wall because it's got this back piece that's flat. And so if it was hanging on the wall, it would be in this shape. But I don't think it's necessary to go on the wall. It has a little hard piece right here, maybe a piece of cardboard or something else, maybe a piece of probably interfacing of some kind. A lot of details in this one is the nostrils are done through a long doll needle that they just put in and stitched it together right there. So it's just pulled it in. It's not an added feature that you have to do. And then of course it's got safety eyes on it. And then this has got some thread wrapped around it. You could go in and out and in and out and in and out to make the thread more secure, to create the I don't know what that's called, around a unicorn horn, because I don't know if that's like official anything. Just Julie talk right now. And then what I was talking about earlier, when you make the hair like this, all you do is cut these little tiny strips across the grain or across the width of the fabric. And when you pull on them, they will start to curl automatically. So let's find one that's not as curly and see if we can get it to curl more. So it curled a little bit more, but these are all pretty curly right now. And it's been like this a long time. This is an older one. And now sometimes you might snap it. Oh, well, just keep moving on, then don't pull so hard next time. Right. So they've just taken a bunch of it. They stitched it all on. She may have even clipped it after she stitched it. Not even sure. Doesn't matter. You could do it either way. Just leave yourself enough of a edge to be able to get it into the seam allowance there. And the seam allowance starts down here and just goes up the body. And then this yellow piece on the top was sewn on separately. I would hand do that one. And I would just, like a mad woman, just stitch down until it was completely secured. Very cute, isn't it? What a fun way. Just think about how many horses you could do like this. I am not a yarn mane fan. I think I grew up in the yarn era where that's all the choice we had. So this is such an enormous upgrade for me. I just love what it looks like. And you take maybe 3 tones of brown to put in there, or a brown and some black mixed in on a horse.
Oh yeah.
How cute that could be. I mean, you could even use that as a little something sticking up out of the top of their head if there was some kind of a bird or something like that too. But I love that. I think it's just such a, isn't it? Tamara Campa is on here. She's one of our CAs, and she sews tons of our stuffies. Michelle Hall, who's on here, also used to sew tons of our stuffies. So if you have questions along the way here, any question about sewing stuffies, any question that you can think of that you always have kind of wondered about, throw it in there. and they'll be watching the comments as well.
And if you think of anything later, go onto the I Love Cuddle page. And if you're not part of it, please join. It's for novices or experts, and everybody is so nice to give advice to everybody.
Everybody's so kind and just so
and
willing.
Quick too.
Yeah, they're really quick. Like I said, if you're in the middle of something, stop, take pictures, post your little picture about what it is, and if it's confusing, post another picture. They'll work you through it until you get there. I know this llama and the llama fabric.
I think our first rustic horseshoe pattern that we used. Because we were doing llamas were super in 7 years ago, and we saw it, and it was a little riding toy. Look how cute that is. And so she has horses as well, and this just, I think,
first of all,
it's so looks unique. Like a llama. It looks like a llama. We bought this trim on, I think, just Amazon or something, and it was perfect. And we used llama cuddle, of course. And some C3 accents. Yeah, this is a llama.
I mean, look at the size of that eye compared to my fingernail. I mean, it's big. It's great. It's just a great thing. I mean, you could make it just a head too if you didn't want to make the whole stick and all that too.
Yes.
Isn't that cute?
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Michelle, you're also very, very good at the stuffies.
Yeah. And you know what, Rena? This is just really good.
Very much
Gail
so.
has made so many of our stuffies.
Yes.
For arena type stuffies and full size and all these things. She makes them bigger, smaller. So we are Rena fans with Rustic Horseshoe because she just does such fun things and we get so attached to them.
I don't know how we found that to begin with.
I don't know.
And it was just such like a
it was an aha moment, wasn't it?
It was. Okay.
Let's do this head. I think this head is just hilarious.
Let's do bears.
Okay, bears.
Bears.
I don't see any bears.
There's some bears.
I don't have bears.
We got some bears.
Okay.
We got a normal.
I got a fair bear. Okay, this head makes me just happy. What is it? It is, oh dear.
Acasito?
Okay.
I am sorry if we mispronounced that.
I don't know how else you could really say it. It's also in Arctic, and so it's that 30 millimeter pile, so it makes it just kind of extra squishy. It's pretty soft, and so it would be a great little kid, like watching TV, laying on it, just kind of draped over, put your head on it, kind of pillow. It does have, they did put a little tag head or piece on it to kind of hold him, so they could carry him along and not have to feel like it. You could use fabric to do that with, which is what this is. And you could just machine stitch that on before you stuff it, before you put it together, so that it's there, so that it's easy for the kids to carry around. Again, the C3 on the inside, the C3 on the eyes, the snout. So if you had your little stash of beige and browns and things like that, that would go a long way. That's a pretty big snout on that too. And so you can see, and you could have your quarter yard or your half a yard of fabric that you have in your stash would go a long ways to make a lot of snouts. Cute. Yeah, there is a lot of glass eyes online. Just make sure they're safety eyes if you're working with little ones, so that they're on there pretty secure. All right.
This is McKay.
Yeah, this is McKay Manor, and she is doing some
jelly bean faces.
Another one down there. I'm gonna also do that one at the same time. She does McKay
Manor.
Manor.
A bunch of these.
A bunch. Where's the tail one? I thought there was another one that we had that had a tail.
Oh.
I will look and see, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, there's a horseshoe over there. Okay, I don't see it right now. It's disappeared out of our site, but I can see why we can't see it. So these are really good. If you're a retailer on here, these are great classes to teach. If you are a home sewer and you want to have a little class of your own, like a summer class of maybe some teenagers, or you wanted to just have a mom group and have a project, what a fun project this would be. They're easy to sew. They're not a lot of challenging. You don't have to applique that on with a zigzag. You could just do a straight stitch around it and it'll work just fine. We just find a zigzag or some sort of a zig and a zag will give you a little less perfection. You don't have to be as perfect. A straight stitch kind of shows off a little bit if you're crookedy, and this doesn't show as much. And that's why we choose sometimes just to use a zig instead of a straight stitch on it. And then this is Cuddle, you guys. The black is all Cuddle. It's just a teeny little strip of Cuddle. And honestly, if I were to put that little strip on like that, I would just zigzag straight over the top of it, just straight down the center of it, and just make my zigzag big enough. Then they put a little dot, a little French knot in there. French knot is just a piece of embroidery floss that you do a certain thing. Just look up French knot and you'll see how it goes. We used to do French knots a lot there was a whole projects of French knots. Isn't that cute? jelly bean.
Yes.
Our team loves jelly bean patterns because they're such a good thing to teach. And so look at this.
These are used as pillows. So I think that was the original intent.
Yeah, I think so too.
So,
it would also be another one that would be super cute with a little handle on top if you just sewed that on in advance.
So this one has a little tail, actually.
Oh, it does. That's still not.
Yeah. So this is the dog, and this is made out of all C3. So you can see it's that you can really see everything on it. And has a little spot over the eye. This one's really cute. And so she does a bunch of little animals, and we love them. Here we go. A lion. And wait, the lion tail. Look at that. Look at that.
Isn't that cute? I love these too, Renee. I think these little things, you could do so many of these. Wouldn't these be fun, quick gifts for grandkids for like Christmas or something where you wanted to give all your grandkids something? You could pump these out in a reasonable amount of time. And there are quite a few different patterns. It's McKay Manor Muser.
Yes.
Is the manufacturer of the pattern. There, I think we put it up there. Naomi put it up there. Our brand, our Cuddle ambassadors have been running around making a lot of these, and they're turning them into other creatures, I think, even as well. But what a fun thing to share amongst yourselves. I'm finally here. Hi, Jackie. Anyway, I just think these are super cute. Let's grab that because it kind of is in the same vein. Okay. It's something that if your kids are getting a little tiny bit older, and a gamer tool, our toy is a pillow. I think it's kind of a fun one to do. This is really neat the way they did this. This is machine done. I'm gonna get closer to the camera so you can see.
This is designed by Baby Moon.
See that?
And it's just like a really cool like Xbox, PlayStation type of controller.
So if they're getting a little older and this may be too silly for them, then you could kind of upgrade into this next level. Again, it's all C3. It's easy to do. I mean, the machine embroidery, if you're not up at that level, there's other things you could do with it too. You can machine applique those shapes on there. You could do some other things because machine applique, most all of us can do, especially if we play around just a little bit. And that's how these are done. They're just machine applique on is all. Just a zigzag around the outside edge. So it's Sheila Ryan is Baby Moon. She's also one of our CAs. And so she's very, very good at machine embroidery and has lots of great tips on it as well. Along with a lot of our other CAs have a lot of machine embroidery skills. I saw another one. How about the football? Okay.
I'll just keep at it on over here.
So now, now let's face it. Okay, this is not that. I don't know what it is. I don't know the pattern of it. It's scribbled off, so it must not be the correct one.
It says pattern play.
Okay. Now, so what dad that has a baby coming and they know it's a boy wouldn't be darn proud to have this as their first cuddle toy? You know, a lot of it's machine sewn on. Some of it's hand done, but I don't think any of it really needs to be hand done. I think it could all be machine done or, zigzagged on. So super cute. Not tiny, a little bit bigger. So I think that's kind of fun about it. But you could shrink it.
Yeah.
And make a fun little thing. I always think of these kinds of things with a little throw or a little quilt to give. I mean, and then they could just beat the heck out of each other with it, passing it back and forth. And still could knock a lamp over with it. But, as long as they're playing in the playroom with it, they can not hurt each other with it. I just think it's super cute. There are other balls as well. I know there's a soccer ball.
Yeah, it's a sports ball trio. There's a basketball, I think is the other one.
Yeah, I think so too. How about the car? Let's do that one next.
That car is so cute.
It is so cute. We're kind of doing these bigger stuffies right now that have kind of a few pieces and that are easy to do. Up at this thing. Oh my gosh. I can sit and play with this for probably an hour.
This is by the Raindrop Dragon. This is their dump truck, which will show why right now.
Okay. All right. So look at that. First of all, is that the cutest little face? It's all C3. Everything's C3 except for the dump of the dump truck and the wheels. So the edges of the wheels are C3, which I think are funny as heck. Look at that. And then the little, oh my gosh. But okay, here we go. We're going to make a dump truck out of it now.
Look at this.
Stuff falls out. We Velcroing back on. He's ready to go
and
again.
It's such a perfect interactive play for a toddler.
Yes.
I mean, it's so cute. They fall on it. They won't get hurt. They throw it. They're not going to hurt somebody.
And then you just kind of
it's so cute.
reshape it back up again. That's the best part about it for me. I mean, you could put all kinds of little balls and things inside there.
They had over here some little of these. I think they're just like little simplicity guys.
Oh.
Look how cute that is. Doesn't fit, but it's like it doesn't fit the theme, but it's so cute. They can carry whatever they want in there.
What kid plays with a theme, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
There is no theme.
I can see Barbie sticking out of here, all kinds of things. I just think this is a really cute, really and
cute.
This is a case of this is really hard stuffed down here, and this is very soft, fluffy stuffed up here. And then you can kind of just reshape it as you push it around and stuff. I know, isn't it, Cindy? It makes me want it. I just want it. I don't have any idea why. I just want it. I don't have a grandson. I just want it. All right. These little silly stuffies.
Sure. I think these are all from Simplicity.
I think they are. But you know, these are, if you're scared to start, here's where you start. You pick something like this. There's lots of things like patterns like this on the internet, especially on Etsy and stuff. Lots of really flatsy bodied ones where it's just 2 layers. So it's just a front and a back and a little applique on face. So again, if you've got your little stash built up already of your beiges and your C3s and your whites and grays and blacks and maybe a little orange for all your penguins, look how cute those are. Again, if you made like 6 of these and put them in the storage, in your gift storage bin, what a great add-on to a shower gift or something where somebody's just found out they're pregnant and you wanted to give them just a little gifty thing. What fun is this? I mean, just having a stash, you can do them all. I mean, I'm sure Tamara can tell us that the assembly line on stuff like this is so good to do. Even if they're different fabrics, just cut them all, sew them all, applique all their faces, do all that stuff at once, and then you have a little series of them. I love these.
They're so
there's
cute.
Something about these 3 that make me just happy. Have since the beginning. Again, a simplicity pattern on that one.
I think we should move on to these.
Okay, we're moving on to these. We're doing this?
Birds. Let's just do birds.
Okay. I guess. I think we did this one before, but I still think it's
well, I mean,
funny.
We've done our favorite little.
Well, this is a Funky Friends factory, and it's look at the egg still on the top of its head.
Such a cute little Easter basket. An
Easter that could be on there or not on there. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. That's the greatest part about stuffies is you get to decide these things. If you don't want a bow tie on him, he doesn't have to have a bow tie on him. If you wanted to put something else on there instead, you could do that. You could applique something on there. If you wanted a belly on it, you could applique a belly on it. God, I love his little beak. Isn't that hilarious?
So cute.
And then they stitch around the little foot like that to give it that extra little, I mean, you could put like little webs in there and stitch straight down. All these little things are the ads that we get to do as seamstresses. This is why we sew, is to do all these fun things. You could take that wing and you could stitch around the inside of the wing and add a little bit of extra in there to make it a little bit more defined. All right. Good about that. Okay. Here's the chicken of the year. All right, this is the chicken we had at the H&H show that everybody and his dog had to play with.
Cotton guinea.
Yep, everybody had to play with it. Yep. Oh, where's a chicks?
Oh, the chicks. That's the chicks. We've seen the chicks. They were. That's not the chick, but
no, I don't know where the chicks are. They're somewhere else. But here's a case of. We've hung on to the wing so many times that we've started to pull the wing loose. Yeah. So Tammy, he needs an update. He needs a little hospital. He needs to go to the hospital. His little wing's getting a little rough there. But so we just need to sew it on just a little bit harder, or we should have sewn it on through the machine just a little bit to begin with. And so because these are handled so much like a child would handle theirs. Although I think this is the adults that have created this little issue. But the snowy owl is the body of it. Look how great snowy owl works into stuffies. We have an alloy, which is a gray one. And so this natural and the gray are 2 great choices for animals. We use them a lot.
Yes, we do.
All right. In fact, no, never mind. We're going to do that right now. We're getting off. Oh, guess what I felt? I feel pellets in the bottom of, you can hear it even in there. So there's a bag of pellets in there. All right. Okay. We're going to do this one because I think this is so funny. I've always thought this was so funny.
This took us a while to figure out. I think me and Annette did these fabrics and we were like, what can look like a peacock to make it interesting? So this is Funky Friends Factory.
I just love this.
And I can't remember, Punju, the peacock. And we used all galaxy.
all galaxy. This is why we love galaxy.
Yes.
And there's ribbon up here, but we could have just as easily used some strips. I see the chickens, the baby chicks.
We have some chicks.
Phew. They were off in the incubator.
Delivery.
They were off in the incubator. So here's Mama.
So cute.
And the chicks, the little chicks. So super simple little chicks. The little chicks
they're so cute.
got so much attention too. And so we put them in this silly little jute in the little basket. What a fun little display if you're a retail store, or if you sell something else and you just put this around as an attention getter. Let's pretend you sold homemade soap at different kinds of shows or something like that. If you put something like this out and around and then put your soap out there, what fun is that? People are going to come over to look at that and then figure out you're not selling that, but you're selling the soap. Or maybe you end up selling it and
there we
have
go.
to replace it with another set or another one. But isn't that the best? It's just the best. All of our Midwest folks went crazy over that little ensemble there. Okay, we peacocked over here. So
this is another really
cute one. The first time I saw this pattern, I went crazy. I think this was actually the first thing we did with Rena.
You think it was?
I do, because I went crazy.
I know around the same time. Look how cute that is.
So she has gone all out on that darn face.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like, who knew a vulture could be super, so cute?
Like we want a vulture.
Yeah.
Who would think that? And then the fabric that we chose in it, and then his underbelly being
it's the Arctic.
No, it's thinner. I think it's baby seal.
Oh.
And then
I'm gonna check.
And then we did look at the feet. Ooh, look at the feet. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Is that just so good?
Frosted shaggy.
These people, there's some frosted shaggy right there.
Mm.
So that's even different fabric than that fabric. Boy, we went all out on
nice.
every fabric.
No, they messed up on this one.
Okay. She did this wing. Wow, this is cool. This is one big wing that she's done, and then she folded it in half, and then it seamed in back here in the very back of it, so that it creates all this without being so much work.
Yeah.
So she really thinks that through. I know some of the patterns might be a little complicated for the beginners, but once you start doing it, it's just go steady, Eddie, step by step. She'll get you through it. The instructions are great, so you'll get your way through it. I know, I love the fabric too, Renee. Renee, you're into the stuffies, I can tell. Okay, this toucan. What fun this is. Okay, another one with the feet. Oh, for heaven's sakes, look at that. I could play this game all day.
I think toucans are so cute.
Gosh, the details on it. Funky Friends? Yep, Funky Friends.
One of our favorites.
Yeah, the details of Funky Friends and Rena put in, Rustic Horseshoe put in.
Toucan.
Okay, so again, this is all C3 except his chest. His chest is made out of a marble.
Get that little floof.
Yeah, appropriate floof.
Yeah. And
then these are stitched. The wings are stitched on. It's hard to see because it's black. But we stitched in all the details into the wings and into his little tail. Oh, what fun. What fun, what fun. All right. This is a very funny story. The other day we were, funny story about this. Somebody handed me this and I went, oh my gosh, that is the softest. It's a bunny, right? And they go, no, it's a dog. And I went, oh my gosh, because it's made out of bunny fabric. And so we got to laughing. We couldn't stop laughing because it's just so darn cute. So it is a duck made out of bunny fabric. Yes. And so anyway, I love how big its head is and how small the rest of his body is. Cute. It's so funny. And then his little tail too, his little flapper tail. But this is the duck bunny. So cute, soft.
So soft. It's almost like holding a baby duck if you've ever held one.
I feel like it's
so
soft.
Softer. Yeah.
It's a great fabric to make little fluffy things with.
Yes.
It's newer. Our bunny is newer, but it is amazing. So the Encore and the bunny. So remember, this is Encore. And so super soft. Really great for little babies. They'll never put them down. Never put them down. Or adults that can't stop petting them.
Yeah.
This one, it makes me just feel like, I don't know. I can't stop playing with that. Okay, Swan,
so
right?
This is Sweet Briar Sisters Ballerina Swan. I think it originally had a little ballerina tutu on it.
It did, which is, I think, is really well done.
Yes.
Really well done. And she sets up really great. So all made out of the same fabric except for the little beak that is out of C3. And then, again, safety eyes on there.
I think we use papaya for that, right?
It is. It's not even really orangey. It's kind of a nice little difference.
So it makes a little bit of a pink in there.
Yeah. So you can see the difference.
That's really nice.
I can't even figure out which one to turn. Okay.
This is one of our favorites. We did this one in an enlarged one as well. We had some really cute pictures with this. This is Angel Leah Rosy Flamingo. It's so cute. So we're using the Coral Galaxy? Blossom Galaxy.
Blossom Galaxy, so that gets the tones in there. And then we use 2 different fabric colors for the C3 for the wings. Yes. And then, of course, I think the whole face is what makes this pattern so great. I'm going to put my hand underneath the black so that you can see how well done that is. But the legs, oh my word. We've had so much fun playing with these legs. Again, the stitching on the little feet to make them webbed. And then the texture, really heavy texture on the legs, which makes it twice as funny. Every time we had these at shows, people could not stop playing with these.
Yeah.
And we had a twice as big at one point.
And we did.
And she was fun too. Cute, huh?
It was really cute.
I'm sure a lot of you have your Florida friends that could use a flamingo in their life.
Did you see about that flamingo that was up in like Massachusetts or something like that?
What was it doing up there?
I don't know, but
fun facts, Diana.
Fun fact, Diana. It was a recent thing. It somehow ended up in Massachusetts or somewhere along that East Coast line. So this is Funky Friends Factory Penny Penguin. And I think this is made out of, this is seal. And so seal's another one that's really
good for bodies and
really great
when you need just a little fluff about it. You know, you'd never be afraid. Her beak got a little mushed in the probably in a packing somewhere. Just squish it a little bit. It'll come right back up. Look how cute that is. Just that face. I love this little piece of white that they tucked in there that really adds something that makes it look more authentic, as if a stuffed animal needs to be authentic, right? You guys? What was enlarged? I made an enlarged 200% Jackie of the penguin. Yeah, cute, huh? All right.
Woo, what should we do next?
Let's do these 2 flat guys, because I think these flat guys are also something else that is a really good little way to practice, because it's done out of all C3. There's more details in this, so this wouldn't be your first project. It's probably like project number 2, because it is flat, so you can see how there's not a 3D effect that's going on there except for through the stuffing. But there's a lot of machine embroidery on it to get all this face on there. And I think it's super great how they've done it. And I think, well done. What was the pattern on this?
This is Simplicity. Simplicity, yeah. So it's all C3, which is going to be a little bit easier to work with when you haven't worked on too many stuffies. Yeah. So it is a great beginner project, like or
one
close
step
to beginner. Yeah.
You know, I also think that you could even like turn this into a fox if you got clever.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because it's the right shape for the body. And so, I mean, obviously that's a bunny, but I don't know. You could probably like shorten your ears and do some things if you wanted to create it, you know, just to be clever yourself, or make a fluffier tail or something. So, all right, where are we? Are we up
to gnomes? Let's do gnomes.
Let's gnome it. There's so many.
There's so many gnomes.
We'll finish.
We do a gnome for like every occasion,
as we should, because you know, oh my gosh, that thing makes me squeal. Here's the guy right there.
I think it's the Dracula one for me.
Oh, me too. The Dracula teeth kill me. Okay, so let's start with the Easter Bunny here, or Easter Bunny gnome. So, or pretending to be the Easter Bunny. The shoes alone. I just want the shoes. I want to see those shoes hanging around my desk. Look at
Bunny
that.
Gnome. He's so cute.
So much cute detail. Again, has a wire in the ears to keep those ears up.
Fur?
I think it might be. Yeah, that's dreamy fur for sure. And then a little bit of C3, some probably bunny on here, bunny fabric, and then C3 in and then a cute little wood button that has it. I wouldn't put that on for a little tiny guy, but for somebody a little bit older, it'd be completely fine. A lot of machine done things here. Really cute. All right. And then graduation gnome. Oh, he's got on his
just
satin,
graduated.
He's got his satin gown on. Oh, that's hilarious. His little diploma. I think that's half the fun of the gnomes is
Okay,
adding all this extra stuff.
This is from Helen Beauty Handmade graduation gnome. This is so cute. It's just like an old man graduating.
It is like an old man. Oh my gosh! That's definitely Dreamy Fur.
Yeah,
it's so soft.
Dreamy Fur is a new fabric from us, and it's if anybody knew our faux fur from Luxe. We did a whole show on this if you want to go back and see it. But it's an upgraded one. It's polyester. It's not acrylic, so it's just softer and it's washable and it's easier to work with and it's so good.
Look at you, it's so funny. All right. And then here's another one with these Easter Bunny business going on. This one has little fur. I don't know if they're eyebrows coming out or if it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just dang so cute. And the little hands on it are so cute. And of course, little feeties. And then this one is a Christmas one. We did a whole thing with this one that we had a gnome fabric in this color palette. Oh gosh, it was so cute. This is an old piece of fur on this one, but still darn cute. And you could put the Dreamy Fur on it in a second. You could even put Dreamy Fur up in here too.
Oh yeah,
make a pom-pom out of the Dreamy Fur. It'd be super cute made out of that. And then another Christmas guy
went with it.
Oh, that's funny. Look at him.
Yeah. So that is with Dazzle, right? That was called Dazzle, which is our hide with a little bit of a metallic in there,
a little glitter.
But you can't feel it. If anybody's ever wondering, you cannot feel the metallic.
Not at all because it's foil. It's not like a crusty. Like you poured glitter out of your thing and glued it on. It's a foil, and they apply it through heat. It's really great stuff. And then Diana, you can talk about your
yay. So this is from the Gnome Makers, and this is oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look at this little Dracula. Look at him.
Look at his teeth.
Halloween is probably my favorite holiday. So oh my gosh, he's so cute. I like the little cape. So we also use the Dazzle. In there again, it's super soft and it's just super perfect for anything you want to add some shine for. They use some C3 little bats out of felt, and this is C3 for the hat. And I think this is actually fur on the bottom. So I think this looks shag.
Yeah, that was
the gray frost.
Yeah, it was an older one. That's no longer with us, but
and all the gnomes has pellets on the bottom.
Because they need to stand up.
And then the cape is lined with red satin.
Well, of course, because it's Dracula.
Because it's Dracula. Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
I know
I need it.
Look at it at least off season.
I know.
All right, and then the last gnome is the fully on Christmas gnome. What is fine?
His teeth wasn't coming out.
Oh no,
you guys didn't see his teeth. So that's his little teeth. I know.
Look at that's half the fun of him is his teeth first. Oh my gosh, he's funny. All right, so Christmas gnome. So I'm sure that must be our girl. And look that up for us while we do this.
So it doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
No, it just says Santa gnome.
Okay, whoops,
whoopsies.
Aloha Sewing here company. This is the hide Christmas tree. So I think the Christmas tree is just two pieces put together, and then it's hand stitched together. Then I think. Might not be, but that's darling together just in itself. But then look. I'm going to add him between his belly and the whole head. This one's another one that is very stuffed. And I think it's perfect for it to be so stuffed like this, that it creates this heavy duty tummy and it just, everything shows. She uses buttons to sew the legs on with so that they rotate. You could put, there's actual pieces that go inside of joints to go inside that you can use to make them actually rotate back and forth. It's just a super cute face on it.
On Spunky Friends Factory, Reggie Reindeer.
Reggie. So you can see how Reggie can stand up.
Now he won't belly stay. Is so funny.
Look at that. Good God, he must have a hard time holding that up.
Yeah.
No wonder he sits down.
Yep.
Sit down, Reggie. All right, and then a quick little stuffy pillow. Pattern gone.
This is from Oho Deco.
Deco.
Santa pillow.
Okay. Again, super easy to do.
Yeah.
Super fast. It would be a great little thing you could pop out every season and throw on your sofa just to add your holiday spirit there. Maybe throw a throw over the back of the sofa and Christmas up. Christmas decorations done. Deco.
Deco. Oh, they didn't put a space right here.
That's funny. All right. And then Santa could have other hats if he wanted, like a Halloween hat. Then you've got your Halloween Santa, and then he changes hats. Okay, you want to put those over there? And then grab that guy that's right there, because I think he's pretty spectacular.
Yes. Another nice rustic horseshoe.
Look at this one, you guys. Wow. Wow. Does that look real?
Oh, it's such a good sloth.
It's such a good sloth. Velcro hands. So he could hug. Oh, gosh, he's cute. And, of course, he's extra special because he's out of this frosted shag. So if you don't know shag, it's a really fun fabric for making the animals out of, because it's 30 millimeter or 33 millimeter to be exact. Lots of them, most of them are frosted. So they have this underbelly color. And then the tip on the end of it which makes it have so much more personality. So something like this, it's a little challenging at the seams to make sure you don't get too much fabric in the seam allowance. But honestly, if you master it in just a few minutes, you'll figure it out quickly.
Thank you, Rustic. This is actually from Funky Friends. The eyes threw me off.
Oopsie.
Yes.
Oopsie.
So we love Funky Friends. And
thanks, Rena.
Usually, this is very Rustic eyes. She loves these eyes. But you know what? With the sloth, I think that's why it had to go through.
Eyes.
Right?
They have to have them.
Had to get that little hooded eyes in there.
So my favorite part of this is the fabric that we've chosen to do it out. Because I think it's just super great with it.
It looks very realistic to a sloth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to hug a sloth.
Of course you do. Of course Diana wants to hug a sloth.
Want to do the capybara?
Yes. Okay, this one's pretty great.
So this is a capybara.
Look at that.
As Julie can never say.
I can't say it. I'm not even trying. So I just can't make my mouth do that. So, oh my gosh, look at his little face.
Bees art is so cute.
Look at that little face. It's done through stitching on there, and then these little eye caps that are hand sewn on those, and then the little ears that are way back here. Oh, way back here.
It's so cute.
And then the feeties. They're just hilarious to me. So again, a lot of detail in that, but not hard detail. There's something in the little legs to make them stand up. There's nothing, it's not hard, but it's harder than the rest. So there's got to be something in there. And I'm sure she recommends it on the pattern. Yeah, I'm not sure what's in there.
Oh, yeah.
But that's because it's got that big body. It's got
to
keep up.
So keep up.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? And again, the fabric, all the difference. This is baby seal.
In the chocolate almond.
Yep.
Your famous favorite.
Almond.
Did you know capybaras are like the friends of all the animals in South America? Like alligators won't go after them. Aww. They hang out with them.
This giraffe has been around a super long time, but I just think it's so cute. Now it's tiny. It's very little, and there's a lot of little details in that. So if I were doing that as a somewhat new or barely intermediate, I would definitely increase the size of it. I think it's well worth doing with all of the details that's in it. That's not stuffed inside. His little, what are those called?
Antenna?
I don't know. No.
Horns?
I'm not sure if that's a horn or what we call that. But the little tiny ears on there, if somebody's wiser than we are and know what the giraffe things are called, we would appreciate the education. And then this is C3, like we've talked about, just creating a fringe out of C3. That's all they've done is just it's just a back-to-back C3. I think they fused it together in order to have it look like that. So they just fused a piece of C3 together and then clipped it and then left the inside. And once you clip it and you shake it off and get any of the excess fuzz off, it's gone. It's done. And it won't continue to do anything. It won't continue to show it. Oh, look at the feet. Nice. Again, cute circle on the bottom, really cute with a little hooves.
And what we used for the fabric for this is Angora, which we don't use Angora that much because it's a little bit older of a fabric, but it is so sweet for little baby things.
Yeah, it really is. It's really good.
People love this one. It's just a perfect little baby.
This is another one of those. This is a humble bee pattern. It gets a lot of attention. People really like this. It's fawn. I believe we call it natural. And people go crazy over this for animal things. Even though it's a fawn, it's on an owl, but it looks so cute on an owl. Could be a spotted owl or not. Depends on how you feel about spotted owls. So, but it's mostly C3 on it. Doesn't it just scream baby, baby?
Yeah.
Now, this one happens to have some pellets in the bottom, but if I was making it for an infant or just slightly bigger than an infant, I probably just wouldn't put the pellets in. Because it's never going to be sitting up anyway with a baby. They're just going to be dragging it everywhere with them. So, and then that's a machine embroidered face there. No, it's not. It's fabric. That's actual fabric on there. That's actual C3 strip. So we get so smart and don't know what we're talking about. Yes, it is the wise old owl. All right. Are we over here?
I think we're over here now.
Okay. Well, here, let's go over here. Let's do these 3 little things.
Okay. We love these guys.
Now, that's a free pattern.
This is a free pattern.
On Shannon's website.
I think she's like a monster pillow or something like this. We created this over a decade ago, I want to say now. Or maybe just a decade ago for our Sweet Beginnings patterns for everything was in the Sweet Beginnings package. And we thought it'd be such a cute little project. We like to include projects in the package. And so look at this.
We have made this in every
It's a little
color
pocket inside that you can just stick the tongue back. We have made this in every possible different color combination because we love it so much. It's so cute.
Just the googly eye thing just makes me so happy on that silly thing.
Yeah. I think we want to really credit to Gail Camargo for this because she helped design it for us when we were trying to make some patterns for Sweet Beginnings.
This
guy, he makes me so happy.
There's something.
He's from Xanth as well, or Xanth. Man, we have to learn how to pronounce that pattern. Company Puppy Dog. They have, you know what? All their stuff is very different.
It is, and this is different. It reminds me of an old cartoon. That like, I'm just not sure what it is.
Whoopie Dog. Or something like that.
And he has a deep voice, a slow, deep voice, or something. It just reminds me so much of that.
So cute.
This is quartz heather.
Yes.
I swear this thing also is another fabric. If you're looking to fill your stash with just a few teeny things in it, quartz heather is one of those things that you should do. Well, I should say heather quartz because quartz is the color. Heather is the fabric. We use a lot of heather in animals too because it's 2 tones typically. But this particular one, this is our Kimber bear also in our kit is what that's made out of. And then, of course, beige is his face and brown is his nose. Yeah. And then the inside of his ears are the beige. The beige C3. And then he's got safety eyes. I feel those. He's very stuffed.
Very stuffed. That's why you can see that. He's got that. I mean, that would go straight like that if that wasn't stuffed.
Yeah, because that big old head is weighing a lot. And even as it is, it does look like a little basset hound. And so his little feeties and his belly.
And look at the stitch in the feet as well. Yeah. So you're giving those little toe jelly beans that dogs have.
That you just love to play with. And
they don't like it as much.
They don't like it, but you do. Anyway, so we love that little dog. That giant dog. And then we should have brought this out earlier, but we didn't.
We should have. It wasn't on mine side, so I didn't see it. It was hidden away. But this is also goes with the llama for rustic horseshoe. And this one came out so cool solely because of this mane. Yeah. So they did the same thing with that C3 where you cut it on the bias and you pull it.
No, straight.
It's
across the width of the fabric is where you cut it. It doesn't need to be on bias. We usually cut it on bias when we're using cotton. But when we do it with our fabric, the stretches in that little bit across the width of the fabric. And so when you pull that creates that little bit of curliness. But they cut these a little tiny bit wider, as you can see. So by cutting them a little wider, it makes it really thick and cool.
Yeah.
And so
she put a lot on there. So this is a more hair than I have. This is a Julie kind of.
This is a Julie too. Yeah. You know what? This horse has been around a long time. And been mauled and played with and touched so much. And look how good it still looks. It really does.
Yeah. I was trying to bring it up, but you can't quite see it. But and so this is out of our pony Ivory Brown, which is one of the most popular
bestsellers ever.
Yeah. And we've had that from one of our first Lux Cuddles. So.
Yep.
And then we have some just brown up here, some hide, looks like chocolate.
Yep.
Some C3 in the ears. And that's actually,
C3
in there. Yeah. I mean, like they folded it so it's able to stand up a little bit. It's so cute.
Yeah. Really good job. Really good job on that. But let's do this.
I feel like any little cowboy would just love to ride this around.
Imagine. Remember we did a whole thing with
that. We did.
Okay. Remember I had my little yarn moment a little bit ago. Well, I still have my yarn moment because I still wish that this wasn't yarn. I wish it was cuddle because I think it just adds so much to it. It's not average. And yarn is a little bit average for me. Now, it's not wrong. It's just an upgrade to me to be out of cuddle instead. And the tail, can you imagine this big old tail out of it? I mean, this is one step from being a unicorn too.
Yeah.
You know, it could be, but look at how much work she puts in.
This is also rustic horseshoe.
I'm going to get those nostrils so you can see them there.
And this is nutty nag horse.
Look at that little nub.
Those are so cute.
And adds so much to it. Something as simple as that. And it's got typical rustic horseshoe legs. She does kind of a triangular look with a big hoof on the end of it then. You can kind of identify her stuff because she does that on a lot of kind of her signature. But big ears on it, same ears as on the other guy, but really cute. Really cute. This one gets asked about a lot. Let's switch to cows. Woo. Sorry, cows.
I was just getting rid of.
So we're back to this is our pattern, our gift today. You've been sharing, haven't you?
So you get the rustic horseshoe pattern and a 2-yard cut of this fabric penny calf, and you also will get you some of the little ash, I think, or charcoal for the little hooves, and a little bit for the snout as well.
I'll get there. I'm digging it. I'm digging it out. So, no. And so the only thing you'll have to provide are eyes and stuffing.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to get as a gift this week. We're going to pick 3 lucky people.
Woo!
Fun, huh? Hope you win. Okay, so that's rustic horseshoe, of course. And then this is Funky Friends. This is one we use kind of a lot at shows. But again, these are both pony prints, Shannon pony prints. And I think, sorry, let's try that again. Those are 2 calf prints for us. So this is Bessie and this is Penny. And that's the name of the fabric, the color name on the fabric. Yes, they are, Tammy, they are really great gifts. People go wild over these things.
Yeah. Cows are very in right now.
Very in. So let's do this one. We had this in our last show.
We did, yeah. We just love this one. So this is also rustic horseshoe. Highland cow stuffed animal. Oh my god, we put the bell on it. It's big old so bell. Cute.
Oh my word. And oh god, this whole thing, it just makes me happy. This is Dreamy Fur. So if do some, get a drink of water if you're already heard this last time. But what we did is they cut the fur down. So it's this fur and they just shaved it down by just trimming it. And it's kind of uneven, which I kind of like. Kind of looks a little matted like you'd see on a cow like that. I just love what they did with this. It's such a good job. This thing, if you went to sell this thing, you'd probably sell it for $100.
It's done so well.
Good. And see, even on these legs, look how the fur ends right there. And then they trimmed it down here. Ooh, such a good job. Everybody has to just say yay on that one because it's just, it does look real, doesn't it?
Yeah. And also the tail's done the same way. The little tail. Also trimmed down. And then they gives you that little floof at the end too.
Then the other one,
this one
makes me laugh every time. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much.
This is Planet Applique, Clarabelle Highland Cow. This is also out of our Dreamy Fur Ginger.
This girl has a
posable.
Yeah, she's got a hinge, a joint in her neck, so that you can rotate it completely. So it's an actual joint in there. Aren't they fun? And then underneath here, oh my gosh, she's got the little extra belly, the double belly, for heaven's sakes. I didn't even notice that before. And so, of course, the bell on there, and then the little milk applique pieces on there with her little horns. Oh, those horns turn quite easily, too. Again, Dreamy Fur.
Yes.
That could be.
So that's a little bit of a difference. Let's show those tails where you can cut it down, or you can do it as C3 and put the floof at the end.
See the difference of them? Yeah. So trimmed down and C3.
Yeah.
With a floof. That could be a lion tail too.
Oh, definitely.
All right, let's do a goat because why wouldn't we have a goat? Again, this one now is a pony print.
This is our pony print, yes.
So it doesn't have to be just for a pony. Yeah. This is Giddy Goat.
Yeah, this is a Giddy Goat from Funky Friends Factory, and the pony is Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. And then, guess what? There are, in all 4 feeties, there are little pads of, or little packs of pellets inside them. So he wants to stand up really solid. He's a very good stander-upper.
Most from Gail. Gail loves to do the pellets.
Gail could do pellets like nobody's business. She must have done billions of packs of pellets to go inside. And then, look at his little face. I'm going to show you up close his little face. Look at that. That little heart nose that she put on there. I don't even know if he's supposed to have a heart nose, but she put one on anyway. Darling. Little smile. He's smiling, happy. A happy goat. Get a goat.
Most goats are happy. They're just troublemakers.
Bounce around like silly things. Okay, of course. I honestly, you guys are probably so sick of my pig, but I can't help it.
We're not.
It's my kid, and I like this pig. This is a seal ice pink pig.
Yes, and this is from Xanthan?
Yeah.
Our last one.
Xanthi.
Xanthi.
There we go.
Okay, you're gonna help us every time.
Yeah.
With that?
I just found it from
Oh, thank you.
Oh, good.
I
job.
was like, did you know this whole time?
No.
This is the last one.
We're just dumb bunnies.
Xanthi.
Dumb pigs.
Look at Xanthi.
Xanthi.
Pronounced as Xanthi. That is perfect.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
You guys. Hopefully we
Now
remember
we'll
next
know.
time. Okay, so my favorite part of the fact that the fabric is one of my favorite parts of it. His ears are my favorite, but my very, very, very favorite is the pigtail.
Look at that.
Look at that little curly tail on there. They have put a little wire in there to make it stay like that, or a pipe cleaner or something, but it's very thin so that it doesn't poke through, and it ends well before the end of the tail, so it doesn't want to come through the end of the tail, but for heaven's sakes. Please tell me. You have to tell me that that's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Mara
right?
said the feet has rolled batting inside to keep them more stable.
Oh,
well,
I
that's
didn't know that trick, Tammy.
Smarty.
Feet have rolled batting inside to keep them more stable, which you can feel that it's twice as firm as any part of.
Yes, it feels more solid.
Well, that's a trick we need to write someplace.
Mhm.
You know what? We're going to do a whole thing about all these stuffies that Laura's been working hard to get a big list of all these, because customers were asking us at the H&H show, like, where's the list of all your patterns?
Yeah.
Well, they're not our patterns. They're everybody's patterns. So as a collective, we have researched and done a lot of work to find all these patterns. If you know other cool patterns, so now we're going to have a commercial. If you know other cool patterns out there, please send them to info@Shannon Fabrics, and then Laura will get her hands on them and start looking at them to see if we can use some of the patterns that you've helped us find. We also are kind of looking for some sewers also, because we have the same group of sewers constantly making all these stuffies, and we could kind of use somebody else in that mix. So if you're interested in that, please. What is happening?
I don't know.
Maybe I've had a little too much stuffy time. If you're interested in doing any sewing for Shannon of specialty stuffies, can you please let the info know, and we will work with you and figure something out. But or if you know somebody else who just does an amazing job sewing stuffies and you want to get them involved, please push them to participate. So I think we may have reached anything that you didn't get to see that you wanted to see, or you need to know something about. Now's the time, or you can put it in the comments later and we'll go back and figure it out. So I know, Kenzie, I love all the stuffy, all the farm animals too. We're going to work on more farm animals. I know she's got some stuff that she's working on. There's a new chicken coming. Whew, you guys, I can't wait for that chicken. I cannot wait, with big tail feathers. Okay. I think it might be time to pick our winner. What do you think? Should we do it?
Yeah, I think so.
What is it, like, 5 o'clock? Is it dinner time? Yeah. It feels like we've been talking about stuffies for hours.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Karen. I appreciate that. We were worried about it being not fun.
The winners are Shauna Rose, Faye Parkhill, Maria McCaig.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I don't recognize those names. I love it.
Yay.
Some new people or people in the group that don't comment as much. Shauna and Faye and Marla.
Maria.
Oh, what?
Maria.
Maria. Sorry. Oh, it's
Pig.
Maria. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, my over there vision probably could be better.
Um,
So thank you so much. I'm so happy that you won and that we're going to get some fun thing out to you.
Woo!
And like I said, there'll be a little fabric left over so that you can make
Mhm.
even just a little lovey or a little blankie to go with your stuffy and send it off to a grandbaby or somebody, or keep it for yourself. Whatever you choose, you know.
Yep,
fun.
for sure.
We need to keep our own stuffed animal once in a while, right? We are extremely grateful for all the sewers that have the sewists that have made these for us, and all the love that's
So
put
grateful.
into them. And I just think it's such a fun thing to talk about. And so I'm so thankful that you all were here and that you were also conversive with us and you indulge us in talking about all these silly little things.
Yeah.
But
And thank you to Rustic Horseshoe
Mhm,
for this
absolutely.
giveaway and her being in the comments as well and keeping us company here.
I appreciate that. We appreciate all of you, and please have a safe, happy 4th of July and the weekend that follows it, so we get a little long weekend out of it and enjoy. We'll see you next month.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Congratulations.